Hey everyone, welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, day by day. Thanks for being here. Guys, we gotta talk about stuff. What are you addicted to? I know I just came out of the gate and asked you, what are you addicted to? For a long time, for many years, I was addicted to what people call, what can really be called every man's problem. And um, it hindered a lot of stuff for many years. And there was a point where I think I talked about my college football team, alluded to them anyway. They were once really good, and when they would lose, I would really, it like affected me. Like I would wear their colors like every day. I would get up and I would put on a different shirt, representing them, like every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have like a different shirt for every day. And then whenever because they were one of the best teams in college football, and then when they would lose, it would just like physically hurt me. Because I was so invested in that. Now, I should tell you that I'm at the point now where it's like I watched my first football game of the year a couple weeks ago, and then the very next day we shut off Hulu Live because we have Hulu Live, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna raise your price." And so guess what I did? I'm like, okay, see ya. Because I've just turned into that person where it's like, I don't need sports. And so we switched. We had Hulu Live, and so what we did is we went down to the regular Hulu thing with Disney Plus and Max. So now we've never had Max. Now we have Max, and we never had Max before. And I'm looking on there, and I grew up a big Scooby Doo guy, and guess what? Warner Brothers owns Hanna-Barbera, so guess what's on Max? Every Scooby Doo series ever. And also Friends and The Big Bang Theory and some other stuff that I didn't have access to previously. And then what do I see? Hey, such and such American League Championship Series is on Max. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's available if I'm there. It's just, and now you're like, the ALDS. Well, keep in mind, it's October 10th where I am, and you're probably seeing this on 18th or 19th, maybe. I don't know. Haven't really figured it out. You're still way in the future as far as I'm concerned. But yeah. And since then, it was a combination of me letting go of the addiction of being addicted to them. And that's really helped a lot. But also it's come with me wanting to change some things. me wanting to me realizing, or actually God showing me that I had stuff that I needed to change. And you're like, God shows you things that you need to change. If you let him. The thing about God is, because he's God, and there's this whole argument in whatever you want to call it about free will, and to the extent that it exists. And I'm not going to get into that because, quite frankly, it's, I don't know. I don't know. um, but it's a thing, and it's there, and it's real, and you know, I got to a point where I really wanted to be free of the every man sin, and I really wanted to be free of sports, and things changed. Things changed in a large and profuse way, and I haven't looked back. But the thing is, if there's a game on, I'll watch it. But I also used to have fantasy football teams, and I came to the point where it was like because I just got tired of chasing down, going through all the research and knowing about this one receiver, this one obscure receiver who has a chance to have a huge game because his matchup is so perfect. I just came to because, if you follow that, if you play fantasy football and you play it with everything you got, I will tell you that it takes more time to play one fantasy football league. If you do it the best, if you want to win, if you want to be competitive and you're in a competitive league, it can take more time than however long you think that it takes me to do 5 accounts of Galaxy of Heroes does. And keep in mind, the football season is only, back then it was 16 weeks, now it's 17, 18 with a bye. And you get the playoffs, but fantasy football is it only takes place during the season for the most part. That's when fantasy football runs. And so if you're in a super competitive league and you really think you have a high chance to win, like you have a good quarterback, which is basically who's going to drive your team, because like in Galaxy of Heroes, if you have a bounty hunter team, who's driving that team? Is it Boba? Is it Mando? Is it Grief? Is it Bosk? Who, it's probably Bosk. Bosk is probably the quarterback of your team because, I don't know the ins and out of every bounty hunter team. And maybe Night Sisters is better, and we don't know about the Great Mothers, but we know the Mother Talzine. And Saj and Daka have leaderships, but if you're running Night Sisters, if you're running standard Night Sisters, not with the Great Mothers, then Mother Talzine is going to be your team is not going to be nearly as good if you don't have Mother Talzine in the leadership. And that's the way fantasy football is. It's like every football team is only as good as their quarterback, and And fantasy football, generally speaking, is no different. And that's something that you should take into account. But I've come, I've never been an alcoholic. I've never been, I mean, I've never been addicted to drugs. I have been addicted to sugar, and that's a drug, but that's, it's not the same as whatever else. But I mean, I'm sure you guys probably have some idea of that I'm a bigger guy, but you know, I think I've talked about, I don't know if I've talked about it, but I've lost 15 pounds now over the past couple months. I don't know if you can tell, but I have. And a lot of that has come it's just due to the fact that I'm drinking more water, that I'm drinking less soda, and eating less milk chocolate, and I'm eating more dark chocolate. And I'm eating less ice cream, and I'm eating less. I love Little Debbie's, and I know there's this whole hierarchy of Little Debbie's, and but I'm a big fan of fudge rounds. And since I've started this, I don't think I've eaten a fudge round, but I just haven't. And so because of that, because I've decided that I needed to break this sugar addiction that's on me, now I still go to McDonald's every once in a while. I'll still have a Coke every now and then. I'll still, have a bowl of ice cream every now and then, but it's less than it was before. And it doesn't control me before. And so that's another addiction that I'm breaking free from. But I mean, there's so many people are addicted to. I mean, the American society as a whole is largely addicted to whatever. I mean, whatever you want to call Netflix and chill, where we just want to watch what we want to watch, and we just want to do what we want to do, whether that's um you know however you want to self-pleasure yourself, whichever version of that you want to do, whether it's with an actual woman or whether it's with not a woman. I mean, not not an actual physical woman. I'm talking about a woman on a screen or on a page or whatever. And we'd rather do that and we'd rather just relax and stay inside, not go outside, because inside is safe and I can sit here on my computer or on my TV and I could just watch whatever I want, and nobody's up in my grill. Nobody's messing with me. I can just do my own thing. But it's like at some point you're missing out. You miss out because everything in life has become a cost benefit. a risk analysis, if you will. And we're constantly reassessing, okay, what are the odds that I'm going to get hurt by this person? And I think it's funny. I think a couple of days ago I talked about Scribble and how he's like, he did the math and he's like, I spent, $3,000 on this game. And at the end, he slips in the fact that, I've spent all this money, but throughout all of this, I've made way more back. Which, what does that tell you? Well, it tells me that he's spent nothing on this game. And that everything he told you up to that point was just to gaslight you at the end. And because he's saying, hey, even though I've spent all this money, because you guys watch my videos, I've actually made more money than I've spent making these videos. And I wonder about Arnold, because I saw Arnold do. Now, realized that I'm doing this on the 10th. That yesterday he did a video where he's like, they like Grand Admiral Thrawn, and it's like, or Galactic Legend Thrawn, and it's like, bro, you didn't know that he was coming? And you didn't know that he was going to be Imperial Remnant? And I'm like, how many views is this guy getting? And guys, I'm okay if I never make a cent off of this account. Everything that I've bought for my Hyperlet account, or for this account, or for my other account, I haven't made a dime off of anything. And I'm okay if I never do. I'm okay if I never do. Because that's not why I'm playing this game. I talk about things on this channel that all those other people are never going to talk about. Why? Because if they do, they risk losing everything that they've built. And so that's why they'll never talk about anything remotely close to what I talk about. And I know sometimes I can be a little off-putting. Sometimes I can say things that might offend, but like I said, if I was worried about making money, even when I made Disney Sorcery Arena content, I never made any money off of that. I just made it. I spent my own money, and now that game is gone. And it's like, what do I have to show for it? Jack squat. And at the end, even if I don't make any money off of this, I had fun playing it while it is. I had fun having conversations and trying to help you look at this game from a way that maybe you've or not even this game necessarily, but just for things in general, in a way that you're like, hopefully make you think at least a little bit. And if not, okay. It's fine. But if so, awesome. All right. So anyway, still working on who we've been working on. As you can tell. This Django, I mean, I didn't do myself any favors by picking up Django and GBA. That just, But if you didn't see it coming, at some point I was going to pick up somebody like Django and GBA, then of course I was, because I need to eat the Padme. So I need something else to help me get the Padme, because I can't get the Padme without it. Anyway, we're at 6,200. We're at 6,200 now, so that's good. Could be better. Could be worse. Just like everything else. Let's see if we're going to get lucky and get anything halfway decent out of the shop. I'm betting no, but hey, right here. Please and thank you. With the Omegas. It's great that we were able to get those Omegas. Or... Oh, Rebel Y-Wing, thank you. Thank you, Rebel Y-Wing. Anytime you're there. The answer is yes. Yes, anytime you're there, just... Yes. Just don't even say anything, just yes. Especially because that means I don't have to go farm it elsewhere. Not that I wouldn't, it's just helpful that I don't have to. Alright, so I think I mean, obviously you gotta do polls, but other than that, yeah, let me know what you think. Am I way off base in what I'm talking about? Addictions. Am I way off base about the way I look at content as opposed to how other people look at content? It's okay if you think I'm crazy. If I didn't already know that, I wouldn't be doing it the way I'm doing it. But anyway, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. If you want to talk about anything, it's fine. I'm here. Let me know. Because I'll help you if I can. If I can't, I'll help you find. I'll try to help you find somebody that can help you. But anyway, God bless. Make sure you hold the line, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.